Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Hollywood After Dark, episode number 77 for the 14th of September, 2021. Today, a horribly sad day in Hollywood with the death of Norm McDonald. We're going to be talking about that, as well as Christopher Nolan's sudden move to Universal and whether or not Andrew Garfield is a big old fakey fake. All that and more here tonight, Hollywood After Dark. Let's effing go. Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to the show tonight. Thank you so much for spending your evening with me. Of course, I always love having you here. I love seeing everybody. Tonight is going to be a very rapid, fast-paced night, faster than the time you lost your virginity, because we've got a lot to get through in What If drops in less than an hour and a half. So let's dive into it. First up, let's say hello to our channel members. You guys are all great. It is an ever-growing list of badass people full of badassery who want to help keep Hollywood After Dark going. I love you all very much. Thank you very much for your support. If you want to get your name on this list, because you know you do, let's face it, become a channel member. Link is right there, right underneath the video. And remember, you guys can get your name in the running to win this copy of Drunken Master 2. Jackie Chan, one of his best all-time movies. He is drunk and he's fighting people. It's like real life, but Jackie Chan. And of course, to get in on the action, become a channel member, drop a super chat, or head on over to patreon.com/MattJarbo. Great way to help support the channel without giving YouTube that pesky 30 damn %. So of course, that's my shilling for the first part of the episode. Remember, toss a like. Miss Minutes demands it, and Miss Minutes will choke a bitch or cap a bitch or slap a bitch or do something to a bitch. However, I do want to actually push one thing real quick. I'm going to be probably making it go live tonight over on the Stranger Days channel. New episode of that podcast, The Woman Who Killed Nazis. This is a great story about a 14-year-old Dutch Nazi assassin. I'm not even kidding you. It's a cool little story. I'm going to be posting that up later on tonight. I'll be dropping the link before the end of the show, and then it will be in the video description. So be sure to wait and take a look for that. Anyway, guys, to get it all going, let's bring in my guest for tonight. You know him. You love him. He's here all the time helping me out. RJ.
What up?
Yeah. I wanted to quickly address something that you had sent to me privately, because, you know, when we talk about private DMs over here, we want to make sure that there's consent. So I just want to bring this thing up. Don't worry, it's not bad. But you asked me a question earlier if I'm thinking about litigation, because John Campea, John goddamn Campea.
He's live right now.
He's live right now. Campea After Dark. I guarantee you it is the most like vanilla, bland After Dark show ever. He's going to be like, gee golly, you guys. I've got my PJs on and my hot chocolate and my mushrooms, my marshmallows, and we're going to be watching What If, and then we're going to be talking about it, and I'm only going to talk to you if you give me money.
Yeah, I know. It's a live companion video with an After Dark theme. The moment I saw that on my YouTube feed, I'm like, I got to tell Jarbo this. It's like,
yeah, I was laughing
at that. Are you going to push a lawsuit, Matt? Well, like, what? How are we going to respond to this?
No, I can't really do that because, like, I, for one, like, you know, the After Dark aspect is not necessarily something that I own. I was just surprised that the term Hollywood After Dark was not taken, and I think it's a great name and I love it. So there's that. But real quick here, right off the bat, the super chat from HBarts here says Andrew is real. Yeah, Andrew is a real person.
Yeah, that conversation in of itself is gonna be amazing to go through, because like it's so many different layers, you know.
Shiny here says, see ya going over to John's stream. You son of a bitch, Shiny. You son of a bitch.
Traitor.
After everything I've done for... No, kidding. That sounds like, what am I, Andy Signor? No. And he says here, LOL. Absolutely. So yeah, there's a lot going on with that, but there's a couple quick things I wanted to quickly point out though. For one, if you guys are looking for last night's live stream, it's currently blocked worldwide. Because
I saw that, dude. I was shocked.
NBC Universal was like, nah, you can't react to a clip from the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. I'm like, really? Because you clearly want people watching that absolute goddamn crap fest of a fucking show, because it is. It's not funny.
Yeah, you know, the funniest thing is during your YouTube short, earlier today. You called him Jimmy Kimmel instead of Jimmy
It doesn't
Fallon.
matter. I know. I heard someone told me that too. It's like, you said Jimmy Kimmel. I'm like, you know what? It doesn't matter.
They're all the same.
It doesn't matter. They're all the same to me. They're just like, look, Jimmy Kimmel was funny on the Man Show back when he didn't give a shit. That's just the reality of it. Jimmy Fallon, you know what? Like he laughs his way through every set. Some bits are funny here and there. The number one person right now on late night for me is Seth Meyer, because he comes in. He's like, I'm going to do I'm going to cover the news. I'm going to cover it from a progressive perspective, because he's finally openly come out of the closet as a progressive, which is fantastic. And then that's what I like. But Jimmy Fallon is just like, hey guys, did you hear about Donald Trump? Tiny hands, orange hair. Like, it's not funny, Jimmy. Give it up, Jimmy.
Or he's dropping hot takes that, you know, people who don't get vaccinated should basically not die or something. I don't remember what the hell is going on with that.
Well,
but
I think Jimmy Kimmel had said, like, you don't deserve like beds or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I have no idea.
that's a whole other can of worms.
Hold on here. Back to the Campia thing. Simon Section here says John Campia even admitted a few minutes ago that he should be straight edge. Oh my God. John. Straight edge people, when they're married, they have children. Just saying. Just saying.
Oh God.
I'm kidding.
Can't be gonna retire and have a child.
Oh, that'd be great. The rest of us would be able to get a fucking word in. Anyway, H Bart's here with $2. RJ versus H Bart's Dawn of Haley.
I'd watch that.
But wait, you're gonna fight H Bart's over Haley's? I mean, look, I understand.
I don't know what. I don't know. H Parts wants to make it a competition. I think I'm a little confused.
Well, you know what? I think we've had competitions on this channel before. You know, just saying. Just saying. Cass here says that's not what he said. Well, I don't know, but Cass, thank you for being here, man. Appreciate it. All right, we do have Mad Max the Mandalorian. What's going on, man?
I'm trying to be quiet because my dog is insane.
Yes.
Sorry.
Your dog is always insane.
She's on the couch sleeping, so
Right,
hopefully I'll be all right.
You're like, okay, I can't have an elevated voice level.
Right.
No madman here. I've had my Valium.
My wife said you can't keep putting her in the basement for this late at night 'cause she's bothering the neighbors. She is getting nuts as she gets older. Hello, everyone. Am I on John Can't Be After Dark? Where am I?
No.
Oh,
no.
God. This is the wrong one.
There'd be,
Bye,
if
everyone.
we were on John Campy After Dark, I wouldn't talk to you unless you paid me money. That's kind of how this works. That's how that works.
Okay.
So, yeah. But yeah, so today we're going to be kind of diving into to everything here, looking over.
Am I in the
stuff.
Matrix?
I just wanted to change the backdrop, and I've been feeling kind of Matrixy. I love I love that design. I'm looking forward to going back to the Matrix. Is really what I'm looking forward to. So, all right, why don't we just dive into the first one since you're here, Max? I know you don't have a lot of time. Same with RJ, and we are also getting towards the whole notion of you know.
Boy, she's standing up on the couch.
She's looking.
No,
there we go, folks. Can't even get 2 minutes of Max.
Come
without
here.
him
I'm petting her now to see if she's. Be nice. We're on a guest show. We're on Matt Jarbo's show. Be
That's
nice.
right. So let's start off tonight by talking about this exceptionally sad story. This caught me by surprise today, and I wanted to just kind of address it right after the bat. So Norm McDonald, you know, I don't know how familiar you guys are with Norm. I know, Max, I think you're definitely more familiar with Norm because we grew up watching him.
Oh yeah, even that movie he made. I have to rewatch that movie. He didn't really have many movies.
Yeah, I somewhat knew of Norm Macdonald, obviously not as well as most people. I knew him as the voice of the genie from Fairly Odd Parents. You know, that was my exposure to Norm Macdonald.
That sadly sounds about right. What you should do is go back to the original seasons of Family Guy where he voiced Death. And that was really funny back when
he was the voice of Death?
He was the voice of Death in Family Guy the first couple seasons. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that character.
I know that's I mean, the sadness is the tragedy, but I don't. It's hard to go into anyone know the reason, or I have no idea.
He died of cancer. He had been secretly
so
fighting it for 10 years. He hadn't told many of his friends or family or even his fans. He very much kept it private, very much kept it to himself, very much like Chadwick Boseman.
That's the first thing my mind went to is the Chadwick Boseman situation.
And he didn't want it in my mind, from my understanding, he did not want it to be this this big massive thing, because when you come out and you're like, I have cancer, when you come out and you say like you're sick, people treat you different.
And the tabloids are relentless. They're disgusting.
Well, but at the same time, I don't know if necessarily like the tabloids would give much of a shit about Norm Macdonald.
That's true.
To be honest with you. But Kaz right here says that rip, another Canadian icon dies. I know we're losing Canadians, man, at an alarming rate. I know global warming is a problem, but the Great White North must remain strong. My people will live. If you guys don't know, I'm half Canadian American.
You've said it lots of times.
That's right. I have said it because I have to affirm it.
You try to use it whenever you can.
Well, you know what? This is how I identify when one of my comrades has fallen. Never met Norm, been watching him ever since I remember him on Weekend Update on SNL, and of course, he did play the bad friend, as Protoss here says, in Billy Madison. He was great in Billy Madison. Adam Sandler put out a tweet today that was very sweet in regards to that, and everyone loved Norm. I mean, his comedy stylings were definitely not for everybody. He was very cynical, very sarcastic, and it was very deadpan in his delivery. But you could tell deep down he was a really funny, really caring, really loving guy. And it's like, this is kind of I think it was Safety Zoom, one of my mods in Discord, had said like the last of the old guard has fallen. I don't know necessarily what he means by that. Maybe it's like the last of the kind of, what felt like the late 80s to 90s comedians that kind of didn't give a shit, and just did their own thing. Cause maybe nowadays we don't really have as much of that. I don't know, but but to live with cancer for 10 years and to fight it and to continue to work and to continue to live, and then knowing that this was on the horizon is really sad.
Yeah, we forget with the pandemic that we're still losing so many people to cancer too. I know it hit my family hard. That's how I lost my father-in-law real early.
Yeah,
and he was the greatest. It was like that. I'm not. We're talking about Norm Macdonald, but it brings back because he died around the same age, and getting to know him. It was just, it's not like the in-laws. He was like so cool person. It's cancer is horrible.
Yeah. He's done a lot here. Actually, he was in a show called The Norm Show, which I totally forgot about, which ran on ABC from 99 till 2001, about an ex-hockey player who was banned for life from the NHL because of gambling and tax evasion. So he has to perform 5 years of community service. That would be great from a Norm Macdonald. Of course, he was in Billy Madison, The People versus Larry Flint, Eddie Murphy's Dr. Dolittle, which is actually a good movie.
Yeah, I like that one.
He was in Dirty Work, which I did not know was directed by Bob Saget. Dirty Work was great.
I got to give that another shot because I don't remember liking it back in the day.
Oh man, I love the line in that movie. It's like, oh my God, I've never seen so many dead hookers in all my life. And then like this one guy is like, Lord knows I have. But it's like, but I mean, no, it really did. It had Artie Lang was in it. Chris Farley was in it. Jack Warden, who was the dad from Dr. Dolittle, or not, sorry, Problem Child. He was a dad from Problem Child 1 and 2. Traylor Howard, who we haven't seen much out of. She was kind of doing some work back in the day. Not much out of her since then. I mean, Chevy Chase, Christopher McDonald, those are big guys. Don Rickles, Adam Sandler, John Goodman. Dirty Work is a funny ass movie. And he also voiced, for those of you guys who are into the Orville, he voiced Lieutenant Yaffet, the gelatinous blob that pops up occasionally.
I still gotta watch that show.
The Orville is fantastic. Yeah, that's definitely gonna hit the Orville fans hard because Yaffet is definitely a fan favorite.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, Norm was one of the all-time greats. There's no better way to describe it. This man will be truly missed. I was actually out like running. I was out with my kids today. I had no idea. I come back in and then all of a sudden I'm getting DMs like Norm Macdonald died. Norm Macdonald. I'm like, what? Holy crap. So that's really unfortunate. The guy was great. And I'm really bummed to see him go. So if you guys get the chance, look up his old stuff on SNL. His Burt Reynolds impersonation was fantastic.
Oh yeah, that's right.
A lot of his Weekend Update stuff, like why he got, because he was fired, like unceremoniously fired from SNL.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he was fired. I thought he just left.
No, they fired him. They basically just like just shit canned him. Yeah. And he's talked a bit about that too.
Lorne Michaels.
I mean, how the fuck is Lorne Michaels still alive? That's my question. Look, if we ever talk about anyone making a deal with the devil, it's Lorne Michaels. He hasn't aged
today.
Is
he a jerk or anything? Like,
no,
I've heard a few people just leave or get fired.
I think for the most part, like a lot of people out there really respect Lorne Michaels. I think they really do. Some people out there, I mean, like Pete Davidson, for example, Lorne has this very like big soft spot for Pete Davidson. And because he was like the youngest hire for SNL, and like he should have been probably fired multiple times for things that he's done and said, but ultimately like Lorne has just kind of like protected him and looked after him, because Pete Davidson's dad died in 9/11, right? Mm-hmm. So like that was that's kind of one of those things, and I get it.
That was the inspiration for the King of Staten Island, right? The whole firefighter element of that movie.
Oh, that makes sense. I haven't seen the King of Staten Island, but I know
it's a really good movie. It's really good.
I know Bill Burr plays his dad. And
he's great in it. He's great.
Yeah. So I think for me on that one, it became more like Judd Apatow just hadn't made a good movie in a while. So I don't know, but anyway, if you guys are listening to this on the VOD, or if you want to put in the chat, put your favorite Norm Macdonald SNL skit, and maybe we can react to a few later on in the week, because you know what? We all need to laugh sometimes. And especially today, I just kind of, one of the things I saw today kind of took the wind out of my sails was, we like to call out grifters for being grifters, and we know deep down they know they're grifters. But what sucks is when they come out and they admit that they're grifters, and they admit the grift out loud. They say the quiet parts out loud,
and they get
and they flaunt it. Yeah, they get rewarded, and literally none of their audience cares. And
it's a problem with the internet culture. It's sad.
Yeah. Oh, it really
I didn't even check that out yet, but I've heard of,
Oh yeah, no, it definitely.
You want to know who's not a grifter? Well, we have a lot of viewers. RJ is not a grifter. He's a genuine Marvel dude, and he's so close to 1K. You can help him get there. Before we go any further, I know Matt wants to pimp his channel too. He's doing a great job. He's so close. So please don't forget our pal RJ. For real.
Thanks, Max. I appreciate that.
Yeah, RJ's a great dude.
And I'll give him props, but I'm kind of jealous because he's getting better views than I am on his takes.
Because he talks about something other than like the chuds.
No,
sorry, I should say
he knows
talks
more
about
Marvel,
chuds.
Yeah,
but he's like, he'll go like, hey guys,
perspective of a Marvel fan, I think.
Yeah. Max is all like, I'm all for fandom, and then he's like, these grifters, and RJ's like, let me explain to you why these guys suck. So it's a different approach.
Okay, let
me
explain why these guys.
Really the video I just put out earlier today was about
honestly,
Babyface's reaction to the Hawkeye trailer. It was so embarrassing.
I mean,
it's like he literally said, "I literally want to die. I should just be playing The Witcher right now. I don't want to do this." I'm just like, "Oh Jesus."
Then why are you? That's my question. It's like, this is where they're full of crap. So it is what it is on that one here. It kind of pissed me off today watching that video clip, because I'm like, you guys, like, come on. This is more blatant than ever before. Like, this is more blatant than ever before. It's just the weirdest goddamn thing.
I would link his channel, but one hand's on Callie, so she shuts up.
It's okay.
I can't do it with one.
This is why we have mods.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So why don't we also then quickly just talk about the whole situation involving what I think is arguably like the biggest actual news of the day, not just like in like certain fandom space, but Christopher Nolan bailing out of Warner Brothers and running over to Universal Pictures to do his next movie. This is actually this is pretty big. I'll fully admit. I thought he was going to go to Netflix, because they were basically trying to make it out to seem like they were in some serious negotiations with him. But Nolan,
I thought he was going to go to either Sony or Paramount.
I got kind of a hot take on this.
All right, what's your hot take?
I'm really disappointed in him.
Why is that?
Because look, Warner Brothers is a mess, but they didn't do anything to him. I mean, they released Tenet when he insisted on it and did exactly what he wanted, and they didn't put any of his titles straight to VOD. and he complained about everyone else, maybe you think he's supporting the others, but seriously, like he's throwing a hissy fit over other people's.
Yeah,
I mean, isn't that the reason? Isn't that reason that he left Warner Brothers? Because he was really pissed off, and they did exactly what he wanted. He's the only one that really gets carte blanche at WB to do whatever he wants.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. He does. I mean, like, you know, they I feel like he kind of stabbed him in the back a little bit after everything that happened last year, as if Warner's really had much of a choice. But here's the thing with this, though. There's a lot of people out there that, you know, that hate Warner's for everything with Ray Fisher and Zack Snyder and all that shit. So obviously they're like, Warner, suck at Warner Brothers. But it's like, it really is. And I said this last year. I've fully condemned and criticized Christopher Nolan for this last year, where Tenet, for one, is like, you know what? He wanted it out in theaters and it made $300 million.
Yeah, if that movie would have been delayed to like this year, if it opened July of like 2021, I think it would have made way more money.
Well, the thing is, though, but it was between that and Mulan is really what it boiled down to.
I know.
You know what? He probably used other people's plight to do a bidding war. He used the media for the VOD, pop off that, and get everyone bidding for him. Probably.
Well, I would say maybe one of the situations that kind of maybe really screwed things up was how quickly Tenet went to HBO Max, because then that cuts into the home video sales and everything else. And obviously, I don't know if he got a cut out of that or whatever, but let's kind of find out more here. So Universal Pictures has landed the right to finance and distribute the next film Christopher Nolan will direct, based on his script about Robert Oppenheimer and his role in the development of the atom bomb. By the way, if you haven't seen Thanos versus J. Robert Oppenheimer, the epic rap battles of history, that is an awesome song. That is a great track. So something to check out there. So sources are saying here that the film is now green-lighted to begin production in the first quarter of 2022. Deadline broke the story a few days ago about this film being shopped. They had heard that Nolan's longtime collaborator, Cillian Murphy, was in the mix for a key role. That could still happen, but they are persuaded that there's no definitive casting at this point. And so I know there's like a bit here. I'm trying to find the part. There's a lot going on here. But one of the things is like he had reached out to other studios, including Warner Brothers. He had like reached out to everybody to like work deals with everybody to see what he could get that would be best for him. And I get that. And there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I think one of the bigger problems here, though, is just like everyone's like, oh, it's Nolan, it's Nolan, it's Nolan. But, you know, Dunkirk kind of came and went. Tenet kind of came and went. Interstellar was fantastic, except for that last like act of the movie that went full on Stanley Kubrick when it didn't need to. And I've noticed that ever since Jonathan Nolan has stepped away from working with his brother and handling the stories, it has gone a little bit weird because, you know, look at The Prestige. The Prestige was Jonathan Nolan written.
Great movie.
Inception, Jonathan Nolan written. The Dark Knight Returns, or The Dark Knight Rises. Well, that's an iffy one, you know. But I mean, like for the most part, if Christopher and his brother are working together, we get a lot of good magic out of that. When he's on his own, I'm telling you, like he's been having a lot of trouble trying to, I think, really nail it down. And this is a problem with someone who has so much prestige as Christopher Nolan does. And this literally goes for like any director, you know. And I'm just going to say this is going to be a bit of a controversial take, but hear me out. As much as I loved Army of the Dead, I got sick and fucking tired of that goddamn dream lens for how often it was fucking used in the movie. But all of these people were just like straight slobbing on his knob over that thing. Oh my God, it's so amazing. Like, no, it's cool. But like literally there's parts in the movie where the camera like stops moving. And then we have to wait a couple seconds for like, I think one of it was like a door on a bus to open. And it was out of focus as like, then the character walks in and goes in focus. That should have been trimmed the hell down. It doesn't need to be there. It's filler. It's fluff.
Sometimes, you know, we love these directors and we want them to have their creative freedom, but sometimes they do need to be reined in a bit. Sometimes they do need a guiding voice to help them, you know, make the best film possible with their talent. You know, that's okay. That's part of the process of filmmaking. Sometimes you do need a second voice in the room.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Rational Skeptic here does say that it was Goyer on Dark Knight. Okay. Well, and Batman Begins, I know that much, but still, okay, fine. That's another voice. All right. That's another voice kind of reining him in. So there's elements of that where, yeah, and RJ is absolutely right here. Now, RPK with $10, man, thank you, says, at what point are these directors going to face reality when it comes to the pandemic and realize these movies cost a ton of money that these directors aren't accountable for when they end up losing money? And that's actually really true. I said earlier today on Twitter, because I was saying it kind of in response to like something Andy Signore had made a video on. I just saw the thumbnail. He said, like, streaming is killing movies. And I'm like, streaming isn't killing movies. No. Movies made by committees are what is killing movies, because that's where they sit down and they go, okay, what's like, how do we market this? How do we merchandise this?
Or China trying to make, for the China region, make it easy or very basic so you can edit things out real quick. Not intertwined in the story, but maybe that'll change based on what you were saying before on another show.
Yeah, I don't know. I think China has got a, I think one of the things is really going to happen is that they are going to potentially, really kind of start backing off a little bit. And
I think you're going to see budgets start to go down dramatically in the future.
Well, and that's a good thing, and that's a really good thing. But this is something that literally just popped up on Screen Rant, as promoted by Stephen Colbert, who does work for Screen Rant. And here, Warner Brothers may avoid our tour directors on future projects. So exactly what we're talking about here. Warner Brothers may begin to try to trim costs and avoid hiring our tour directors who demand final cut under new chief Toby Emmerich. Now,
and this kind of fits in because they're bringing in David Zaslav, and what's been the motif again at Warner Brothers? It's cheaper movies.
What did I say? Didn't I say exactly that when this whole thing went down? Everyone's like, no, 20 billion. Who's
going to trust Toby Emmerich though?
Well, that's why they brought in Walter Hamada, horror director that knows how to make leaner budget films.
And all things considered, he has. All things considered, with what he's put out there, that's what he's been trying to do. This is the whole thing. Is Warner Brothers is at this point going to be bringing in like studio yes men most likely, but they have to try to find themselves in a situation where they're going to be able to appeal to the core normie audience of people, because that is where you're going to get the largest market share.
At this point, they just want to make money because these mergers and all this back and forth, the corporate politics is costing individual revenue.
Well, they're also going to want to trim down the budgets and everything else as a way to make sure that they can start putting more content on HBO Max, because everything they want to push for is going to be on HBO Max. That's the thing. Zaslav is not coming into this saying, let's go theatrical. If you think about it, nothing that's really been announced so far has been theatrical. It's been, hey, look, let's do a Batgirl, a Blue Beetle movie, mind you, on fucking HBO Max. Let's do a Penguin show. Oh, on HBO Max. That's going to tie into the movie, but it's on HBO Max. Mortal Kombat spinoff series, HBO Max.
Oh, really?
That was talked about last night. Yeah, Max, you got to. Oh, you can't watch my show because it got blocked worldwide. It got
dishes, and then all of a sudden, not available.
Yeah, I know. Damn NBC.
There's this other After Dark show that premiered tonight, and I saw a clip from that channel. Don't go there anyway. But they said Dune, the claim was, I didn't watch the video yet. The claim was, and I wanted to see if anyone knew anything about it, that Villeneuve did want to make 1 and 2 back to back.
Yeah,
Warner Brothers said
we talked about that last night. Yeah, wow. And Warner's basically talked him out of it, and I'm like, that's a bad move. Because I'm telling you right now, given the merger and everything else, I don't believe Dune 2 is going to happen.
Or if it is, they're going to mess with it, and then Denis Villeneuve's going to be like, nope. They're going to try.
Or he won't direct it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be like they're going to go, okay, who can we get that can do Dune Part 2 on a budget? Who is really good at slashing a budget? And then all of a sudden, someone in the back is just going to go, Kevin Smith. Then they'll be like, can he do Dune? I mean, it's a lot of people standing around and talking. It's kind of his jam. Just imagine like Jason Mewes, Snoochie Boochie's house tradies. But anyway, H-Bart's here with the hot take. Nolan is overrated.
I think so. I think he's good, but I
don't think he's overrated. I like Nolan. I
think the word overrated gets used a bit too much.
Yeah. H-Bart's here again saying Zaslav is bringing Zach back. Oh, whatever.
Thank you, H-Barts. I appreciate the support of the truth. The crow is coming.
That's more like wishful thinking, though. To be fair,
Yeah,
Crows
I mean,
Not
look,
really
if we're
truth.
if we're talking about them wanting to go and do, like trimmer budgets, Zack Snyder doesn't work in the trimmer budget category. You know what I mean? Like, I think Army of the Dead was 90 million, and that was like one of his cheapest movies. I think outside of like Dawn of the Dead. So the guy does a lot of visual effects stuff, and that ends up costing a fair amount of money. So that is what it is. However, I do feel that when we think about everything in regards to like what Warner's is going to do, and this isn't just Warner's. Look at Paramount. We touched upon this last night as well. Paramount is looking to focus their energy on streaming to build up Paramount Plus.
And that's right after the Snake Eyes flop.
Yeah, well, and then there's still like they're working on the new Transformers Beast Wars movie, whatever the hell it's called, and that's going to be something that's probably going to go to theaters, but they might come up with something that's going to run parallel with the the movie in order to kind of drive traffic there. They also this was sent to me last night. I haven't fully read the article, but the guy who's overseeing Showtime is now kind of overseeing what's happening with Paramount Plus. I haven't read the full article, but they are doing the Halo TV series, and that is going to premiere early 2022 on Paramount Plus.
I hope it's good. I really hope it's good.
If it is shitty, I will die. I'm not even kidding you. That is not hyper.
Peter Jackson, when he was more relevant, he's still relevant, but more relevant, was going to do it. There's so many times that it was going to happen. Now, a Halo Infinite, I'm ready for that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you notice, they also delayed Halo Infinite a little bit down the road, and I'm wondering how much of that is going to tie into the release of the Halo TV show. Something worth discussing. But H-Bars here says, I don't believe it. The Snyderverse is dead, Max.
I don't believe it either, H-Bars. Keep the faith.
So H-Bars, I want you to preach to Max no matter how many super chats it costs you.
Oh, don't do that.
I'm kidding. And then Simon here says, $5, $15, little man, put that spice in my hand. Mm-hmm. And if that worm doesn't show, then you owe me, oh. My Freeman love, ooey, 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 oh. I think I'm gonna fuck you.
What the?
I don't know. But anyway, there's a lot there. What is it? Memento is already being remade. What?
No, there's no way. There's no way that's true.
I think I heard.
Why would they remake Memento?
I don't know.
Like such a weird movie to remake.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
That's dumb if that's true.
I have no idea. That's so weird, man. Anyway, I don't know what's going to happen with Nolan and Warner Brothers and Universal, but I'm telling you, it's like, again, like this is a movie about the guy who created the atomic bomb. So this is going to be like the first bomb that people can watch in IMAX.
Ooh, that's tough.
That's not my joke. I kind of ripped it off of Stephen Colbert
I think it's going to be Nolan's awards play. I think this is the movie that's going to finally get him Academy Awards.
I don't know how he hasn't gotten one yet. For like
I don't know
Inception
either.
Or some shit. That was really solid. But yeah, I'm hoping, look, the thing is, I want Nolan to scale it down. It's kind of like Michael Bay, like the challenge Michael Bay had to do Pain and Gain after doing all those big budget Transformers movies. And he did Pain and Gain for $29 or $27 million. And it was a more concentrated story. And it was a good movie. And people liked it. Because it was like unapologetically Michael Bay with a smaller budget and with good acting talent in it. And then he went off and went to go do Six Underground on Netflix, which was not a good movie at all.
I didn't see that one.
It was not. It's very cynical and bitter and nihilistic, and that didn't work out. Like, it didn't gel well with Ryan Reynolds being in the lead, which is why it's a little sad, because Paul Wernick and Rhett Reese wrote it, the guys who did Deadpool, and he's worked on their stuff a bunch now. Like obviously Deadpool 2, Life, they did that one. And then they also did Six Underground, and I forget what they're working on right now, but there's a lot going on there. Anyway, let's move on to hold on, Jesus Christ here. Simon here says, why would they remake a candy commercial? Oh my God. Oh my God. You're killing me. You're killing me, Simon, with that one.
And H-Barts,
H-Barts Dark show.
Yeah, H-Barts, do not dox me. My name is not Reeves Justice. Do not dox me, bro. The $2 super chat. Saying RJ is Reeves Justice.
Oh, I did? Where did that one? Oh, there we go. Yeah, RJ is Reeves. Is that his? That's not actually. I called RJ's cell phone the other day, and he didn't answer. But like his real name, I did not know what his. I honestly thought your name was RJ, and like that was just how you like hyphened it. So I was laughing my ass off. Oh, Max, did you see that I doxed you today on Twitter?
Not funny.
Did you see that?
Fun.
Did you see
yeah,
that?
I didn't even respond to that.
Do you know who it is?
No.
Oh, that's hold on. Let me find it.
Well, I mean, it's not me. Don't even look at it, okay?
It's totally Max, you guys. Like he's totally faking it out with this. This is totally who he is. I'm totally posting his information right now. This is Max. Finally, the world knows who Mad Max is. So you know this is Max.
That's not what I was expecting.
He's a serial killer. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's a person who I know out there. It's the case. I'm trying to bring this damn fucking image is not working. Anyway, so yeah, totally,
You're trying to see I'm one of the people on your murder mystery show.
No, that's totally Gene Belcher, ladies and gentlemen. That's totally Gene Belcher, right there. That's Mad Max the Mandalorian.
Zaggy, please be quiet. Don't say anything.
Wow.
RJ, you've seen what Max looks like.
I have.
It is kind of like there's a little bit of similarity there.
There is.
Yeah, there is. I was gonna take that picture. I was gonna take that selfie he sent us, and I was gonna like make the meme and like share it privately. Of course, I wouldn't post it publicly, but I thought it was funny.
I hate you all.
Why?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I was feeling
right there.
Oh my god.
I can never unsee it.
I was feeling good. We're getting people together for a fandom awards, and then you go and tell me I'm a real life Gene. Oh, thank you, Saggy. I appreciate that. See, Saggy's speaking truth.
Max is better looking. Well, I mean, like, yeah, but like you've hung out with Max, Saggy. Like, you know, there's a little bit.
I will not stand for this. I'm going to leave. My arm has fallen asleep because I'm petting the dog, and she's like ready.
All right. Well, we're gonna dive into the whole thing with Spider-Man here in a second. So if you want to do that. But Shogun Orta here says, I don't see the appeal of Oppenheimer for a mass audience. The story, like the story of Oppenheimer is interesting, and the story of the atomic bomb is interesting, and we never really spend a lot of time talking about the development of the atomic bomb, just the devastation of what the atomic bomb.
It's going to depend on the angle and Nolan wants to take.
Yeah,
he wants to make a more interpersonal drama kind of movie that is a lower scale film that isn't going to have as big of a budget or as big of mass appeal, or if he wants to like make some wide spreading war film where you really see the destruction of the bomb.
Well, so it's in talking like, again, I'm bringing this up not just to pimp my own podcast, but on the Stranger Days one about this woman here.
That's a good thumbnail.
It's
clickable.
It is clickable. I like it quite a bit. This is a Freddie.
Looks weird with Hollywood After Dark on top of it, though.
Yeah, I know. Hold on. That logo is a bit bigger. But anyway, this story here is like this is about a 14-year-old girl who became an assassin of Nazis in World War II. True story. Her and her sister would lure SS officers. They'd flirt with them, lure them out into the woods, and then kill them. They would do drive-bys.
Why didn't they make a movie about this yet?
Well, they made a movie about their friend, who was more of like a noted freedom fighter back in the day, and because she was killed by the Nazis, literally right before the end of the damn war. And so like there's a whole thing with that. Like, so it's an interesting story, but like that would be something that's more interesting than the story of Oppenheimer, I think, of dealing with World War II. But again, there are so many little stories and so many stories we don't know about, because oftentimes people focus on, hey, it's like the attack on Normandy, or it's going after trying to free concentration camps, or like the plight of the people in concentration camps. I mean, like, coming in just 3 years is going to be an unfinished copy of The Day the Clown Cried, which is that Jerry Lewis movie where he played the clown who escorted children to the gas chamber at Auschwitz. A movie that like never saw the light of day until after his death, and it's coming out in 3 years. So it's like there's stories to be told around that event that aren't just your standard like we're sending in a group of army men to go and get Private Ryan because he's the last of his fucking family. Because the other ones, they just really sucked. But Matt Damon, like, it's just, like, yeah, but it's like, it's going to focus on something like that's going to be a different take on it. And then, he did Dunkirk, which everyone's like, oh my God, Nolan is going to do a World War II movie. And it's about a bunch of dudes stranded on a beach.
Yeah, it was an interesting approach.
It really was.
I don't know if I would have done that kind of approach with a movie like that, but you know what? Props to Nolan for being experimental, I guess.
Yeah, and then it coming out and then pretty much going exactly nowhere. Like it didn't have the appeal like Inception or The Dark Knight does. Like, even The Prestige had a longer appeal to it than Dunkirk. But again, it was made for an older audience. And that's kind of the whole point. Whereas like Jonathan Nolan is doing like Westworld, and they're doing the Fallout show for Amazon, and they got a couple other shows for Amazon that they're developing. Yeah, they announced this a couple of years ago that they're doing a Fallout show. I don't know what's going on with that.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So there's all that stuff. Anyway, HBarts here does say, I thought Mac's face was Dr. Doom mask.
That's right. No burgers.
No burgers.
Doom.
No burgers.
Just watching
like
Grace
burgers.
Randolph. That's what he does. Sorry. I don't know if you've seen Max. We have Mace Randolph.
Yeah, I'm not happy with Grace, to be honest. With you.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. We are gonna
The one that
absolutely get to
RJ
that.
made with, I was like, okay.
I made that like in 2 seconds on Canva.
Yeah,
It was,
that's
like,
much
really-
better than the one I made.
So there's that. All right. So let's bring up what's going on here. I haven't done this. I really hate doing. Damn it! I really hate this crap. Okay. So like what I hate about StreamYard is I got to bring like the whole screen if I want to like play audio on multiple tabs.
Yeah, I know. It's a pain in the butt.
So I guess we're just gonna do that, and then
Be careful.
no, I have nothing else. Let me just double check here. I don't have anything. I have no porn. We're fine. We're good. We're fine. Yeah, we're good. I don't know why why sharing a window doesn't give you the ability to have that. It annoys the hell out of me. Okay, so this is gonna be all right. We're just gonna do this here. Okay, so let's talk about this.
Yeah.
This is what everyone's talking about today. This is, by the way, a screenshot that I grabbed from the 8K video that's out. And this is the one that is really getting a lot of people going, what the hell is going on? Because they don't know, is this real or is this fake? And I've watched the video enough times to where I swear to God, this feels real. Like the movement of not only his face, but his neck, his Adam's apple, the suit, the shadow. I mean,
this is a very complicated situation because I don't know what the experience.
What the really low audio.
What's going on?
The audio is like doubling. I think because you have all tabs open.
Oh shit! All right.
Whoa! The Matrix.
Yeah. Okay. If the audio is doubling on that, then that sucks. All right. Well, hold on. You know what I'll do? I'll just hold on here. This is like, again, like this is the stupidest thing about StreamYard. It's like, give me the fucking ability to actually play, to actually fucking do that shit.
Ooh, I just got a DM from someone that's gonna be with the Fandom Awards.
Cool.
So we're gonna have a good time, and Matt Jarbo, we're really counting on you, man, too.
Yeah, sure. All right, we'll talk about that later.
Well, I have to go to bed. Because
I know it's getting late for you. So anyway, what we got here, this is a video that came out today, supposedly showing the creation of that particular screen.
So it's them basically saying, "Hey guys, I'm the one who made this. It's not real. It's a very elaborate deepfake I made." But here's where it gets even stranger. This really doesn't prove anything. No, here's the thing. This doesn't prove anything because, again, where'd the body come from? Like, there's better examples of what I'm trying to say, but, like, it's still fishy, even this. My speculation is that this is a real photograph that somebody took and basically made a deep fake of to make the lips move, to make the body move. That's my speculation. I still think he's in the movie. I still think this is a real photo because, again, people are saying that they've seen the scaffolding thing on set, but I don't believe that the body moving and the lips moving is real. That's the fake part. They don't have the video of that. Everything else, though, that's real.
But I mean, like, everything, everything, like, they put it out in literally an 8K resolution, right? Like, they 8 goddamn K resolution is where I grabbed that other image from. So that's what I don't get is like, I mean, like, but here's the thing too, is not only, they only show his face, but like the body, look at the arm moves, right? Like you can see like his abdomen move when he talks.
Yeah. The body, the gut moving a little bit.
Yeah. Like the shadow, but I mean like the body's moving around. It's like, there's a lot of work that went into the physical motion. Like you can literally see his gut move.
Yeah. It's a little too good.
It's too good. It's so fucking good.
And here's where it gets even weirder. The YouTube account this got posted to, their name kept changing right on YouTube. First it was, Alex Soretto, then it turned it into Mysterio, and it stays Mysterio for a long time up there, and then it was something else. So I don't know what the hell's going on. This is so confusing and so bizarre.
The world is fake.
It's so freaking weird. I don't know. I mean, like, Donovan here says, speaking of Doctor Strange, question your reality. And that's something, right? And then also Donovan says Mysterio fits, which is very true.
Why would someone go with a video showing like they're pretending they're making it?
Throw the scent off. I think this is part of the marketing ploy. I think they want people to still question it because when this leak came out, it was like, oh, okay, he's 100% confirmed to the movie. I think doing something like this is like pure, like, galaxy brain take here. I think this is purposely done to throw the scent off to make fans question if he's actually in the movie.
I honestly, I was talking about this with Mikey Sutton earlier today, and we're both kind of on the same take on this, right? We're both kind of on the same idea here. Because if you think about it, it doesn't make any sense. Like, okay, for one, like I've seen other footage come out of this where it's like the reverse angle and you get to see the crew. So it's like someone, I feel like
scaffolding pics are real. If you've seen it from the other angle, that's 100% real. Because even like the scoopers, people who like know stuff that happened on set, they say, yeah, it's a real picture. So I don't know.
Well, okay. So, and then T Novix here, and that's actually the next thing I want to bring up is that Terran Sting VFX on Twitter, he explains everything about this being a deep fake. The video is 100% real. So, that's like the next, that is like the next thing I wanted to bring up here because I don't know. This is like kind of blowing my mind with how crazy it is, to be fair.
Yeah, if it's a deep fake, then full credit to him. I just don't buy it. I don't.
So let's see. Okay, hold on. Let me just make this full screen, and then let's see what he has to say. See, I don't have the patience to do that kind of stuff.
No, this is a lot of effort. That's where it's like, why, if this is like legit, why the hell would you do this much effort to make a fake version of a pre-existing leak, make the body move?
Oh, okay. Right? That's what I said.
Oh.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. That's why this story is so strange, because it's like, I don't know. That's why I think someone literally must have purposely made this this fake version of a pre-existing leak to make everyone think that it's not a real photo, a real video leak of Andrew on set to throw the scent off.
It's gotta be.
What does Andrew Casale say?
Andrew's spider sense, this proves that it's real. Well, no, that's the whole point. That's the kind of, that's exactly what I said though when talking about the image earlier. It's like his Adam's apple was moving, everything was moving. This whole thing was crazy, and
it's just, that's not how deep fakes work. There's just no way.
Here's the biggest like fucking kicker of the whole thing. All right, is Sony was like going out and straight up striking down content. They were striking
They were
down.
removing these photos. They didn't want them on the internet.
They didn't know, but not this photo, not this angle, but the one showing Tobey Maguire in it. That one, not this one, was the one that was getting hit left and right. This one's been up. That video, that No Way Home leak one right here. All right, like here, I'll show you guys this right here. I'll take a quick screenshot of it because I still have it saved. It's currently sitting at, and it came up, by the way, 5 days ago. This has been live on YouTube for 5 days, and it has not been struck down by Sony, which is, again, like the weirdest damn thing. If they're taking everything down, but they're not taking down this, what does that mean? Because look at this here. Hold on, let me get the banner out of the way. Look at this. Andrew Garfield 8K Spider-Man No Way Home leak, 1.1 million views. 5 days. In 8K, and it's still available to be seen right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so if this was the biggest leak,
bizarre.
if this was real behind the scenes footage, wouldn't Sony have just straight taken this the fuck down?
You know what? Here's my theory. I think they didn't take this down because if they did, it would have it would have been that confirmation in the minds of the fans that it's real. If they don't take it down and they make this fake leak version of it to try and make everyone think that's not real, it was just a deep fake, a really well done Photoshop, then it leads credence to, well, it must not be real then, right? That's what they want you to think. They want you to think it's not real, so that way, again, it throws the scent off of him actually being in the movie and that leak being true. Because they want to try and keep the element of surprise, not lose it completely.
Well, okay, that's a good point. All right, I'll agree with you on that. But I think Shidoko here makes an interesting point. It says this is completely fake, and the faker hired Andrew Garfield to shoot the leak. Now, what if Sony wanted to say? Now, he didn't say. He said that the image was Photoshop, which
Does this sound like some Cameron Passion bullshit?
it does sound like some, it does sound like that a little bit here. But what if Sony? What if Sony is like wanting to hide that Toby is in it, but not Andrew? So they got Andrew to come back and to shoot a couple little things that they can leak out.
Because they'd rather they'd rather have Andrew leak out than Toby.
Well, yeah, because obviously having Andrew, like it's again, look at we know Electro is going to apparently be in it. Because if you're going to have Electro, then you're going to want to have Garfield.
Yeah, wasn't the rumor from Mikey also that the second trailer is going to show Andrew Garfield anyway? Supposedly,
I don't think Sony's. You do sucks is playing 90 chess. I don't think they're capable of doing some of this.
Well, now Virginia here says, and Sony, they don't want to take it down because it might confirm that Andrew Garfield is in on the movie. Yeah, but it's like at the same time, it's like they strike down everything else. So it's just so confusing. However, the thing to really recall, the thing about this, here's the biggest fucking thing. We're talking about this movie like nonstop. Right? We're talking about this movie nonstop. And it happens right around the fucking time that Venom 2 is right on the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at what is supposedly been leaked out, which we're going to talk about that here in a sec.
Those fan screenings in the UK.
Right? And they know that once that happens, that's going to be out. We're going to get to that here in a second. But it's like talking about all that stuff. It's like all that's going to do is just take all of this hype, all of this No Way Home hype, and push it right to fucking Venom.
I'm sorry to have to bounce. I'm getting tired.
Sure, man. 100%.
But I'm gonna watch in bed though.
All right.
Bye, everyone. There's good conversation. I'm just getting sleepy, and I don't know how long I could keep petting her.
I get it, man. Go to bed. It's late.
My hands asleep. Good night,
Oh,
guys.
this is the best time to do the stranger, by the way. If you don't know what that is, it's when your hand falls asleep and you use it to masturbate.
Oh.
So it feels like somebody else is doing it.
Yeah.
What? It's 2:30 in the morning. He's got to try to go to bed. His hand's asleep. He's already halfway there.
Yeah, but he has to sleep in it. That's a little.
No, what? No, your hand. No, what? You do it and then you finish and then you wash up and your hand's done by that point. What are you talking about? Sleep in it? Jesus, dude. Hygiene, RJ. Fucking hygiene.
Listen, listen. It's Max. You never know. I mean, you know, I hope he practices good hygiene, but you just don't know.
Yeah, that's very true. That's a good point. Good point. HWAD's here at $2 says, now we need a Toby leak.
You won't get a Toby leak. They're going to crack down that so hard. There's no way.
Yeah, that's the one thing they don't want to screw with, obviously. Gaylord here says the Venom 2 reactions are out. I know that the fan reactions I have kind of queued up already. So thank you for that one. And then also I wanted to make sure I got the fourth here. He's up here. I got him. Okay. He says here, Nolan leaving isn't a loss for Warner Brothers. His movies haven't been great since The Dark Knight and almost Tenet. His films have the worst explanatory dialogue and also the worst dialogue because you can't fucking understand it. Anyway, that was a big problem. I remember that with The Dark Knight Rises when it was like they showed off the little preview bit for it and then they had Bane and it's all like, you know, you merely adopted the Dark. You couldn't fucking stand him. Like that was the biggest complaint coming out of that.
Subtitles, or they should have kept the original voice. I'm not for sure which. Hey, but you know what? I'm glad they kept that voice though because it gave us the Harley Quinn show version of Bane. So
yeah. Well, T Novix here says apparently there is a Toby leak around, and Spider-Fan confirms there is the one. I think that's the Instagram account you were telling me about earlier.
Yeah,
right?
Spider-Fan is the one that initially leaked some of those photos of Andrew and Toby and all that stuff. So that's the account to keep your eye on because they seem to know some things. I don't know.
No, absolutely. So Shidoko, I don't know what you're trying to send me because I can't see it here on the thing. So let me let's see here. Okay.
Let me see.
Hold on. Now I can bring it up right here. Something went wrong. I don't know. So yeah, anyway, let's go and quickly dive into, the other part of this that I wanted to touch upon, which is everything. Hold on. Let me just make sure I have all this.
Is it Eminem time? Is it Venom time?
Is it? Yeah, it is Venom time. Yeah, it is Venom time. I'm just trying to make sure I have all my ducks in a row because this when you have multiple screens open, it ends up getting a little complicated.
No, I get that, man. It's all good.
It's like, okay. So what we know here, according to this. So hold on. So yeah.
Well, first off, Grace Randolph sucks.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about that. There's one other element of it that popped up today in an article that you maybe have seen or maybe not. Saying here that Venom 2 director confirms future crossover with Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Yep, he's directly told IGN. Yep, this is something that's probably going to be happening very soon. Is basically what he said. So,
and that on top of some other elements of it,
right?
Basically, it's like, yeah. So Andy Serkis says here that he says, yes, it will happen, but again, the when and the how are the big pivotal questions. Saying, look, that's a question on everyone's lips. Serkis told IGN they want to know if Venom is going to meet Spider-Man, but personally, it's never going to happen. I'm only joking, of course. It's going to happen. And so, look, he got the fucking go ahead to say that. By the way, he got the absolute go ahead to say that.
Yeah, there's no way he said that off the cuff.
Yeah, so this is clearly something that he knows is going to either be referenced in the movie or it's going to be I don't know, at some point. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen with Venom 2? I don't fucking know. I just work here. But this is basically like what we know coming out of this. Because there's a fan screening. All right. So the first social media reactions are there.
This was happening, by the way.
Yeah,
this came out of nowhere.
This is out of the blue. But before we dive into that one, I do want to play the little video clip that you had sent me just to make sure. Oh, son of a bitch! Which one is it here? There we go. I think this is one. Yeah. Okay. So this one here, let me know if you guys can hear this. This is Tom Hardy and Andy Serkis at the fan event.
Yeah, this is right before they screened the movie to the fans.
Yeah.
Tradition.
Can you guys hear that?
Yes.
What you see here, when you leave here, let it stay here. Yeah? Yeah. Is that a deal? Because I will just stop the film if I feel I can't trust you. So you promise me, and I'm a good sensor cat, I can sense, I can smell you. Will you promise me that whatever you see at the end of this movie, during the credits, you will let it stay here and not tweet it? Yeah. Or gram it, or whatever it is that you do, because I'm too old to know. All right, thank you very much. I hope you have a lovely evening. This one's for you. Take care. Tradition.
I just want to say, for one, like, I love Tom Hardy. He comes across like super humble.
Yeah, he brought his dog to basically this premiere, which is hilarious.
Nice.
He just showed up with his little puppy, just walking him around.
Yeah. So that's pretty awesome, by the way.
I know everyone's in the chat like, huh? During the credits.
Yeah. If he says something, what happens in the credit sequence is going to be the big fucking thing here. And that to me is definitely something that is pretty wild, because it really does, like, that's a big deal is when you start mentioning that.
I feel bad too, because they're like, please don't tweet this, please keep it a secret.
Yeah.
And then nobody does.
Well, I think a lot of people do, but there's always going to be that one guy. And the thing is that they know there's that one guy. So we got a bunch of him here. This was actually, again, from just earlier today. They had it, they have it in the UK. It's coming out October 15th, by the way.
I feel so bad because they're going to get spoiled on it by...
Oh, they're already spoiled here. Yeah, you got Molly Dunn here saying, absolutely buzzing from this film. It was so good. And it was honestly so amazing being able to see it a month early, obviously. Ren Geekness here says, the biggest strength of Venom Let There Be Carnage is its frantic pacing and exhilarating action, matching the kinetic energy Tom Hardy has with himself. Woody Harrelson is relishing as Cletus/Carnage and is perfect for the role. Oh my God, stay for the credits, obviously. And then this guy here. This is the guy.
This is the guy. This is
the fucking guy. So this guy says here, I was lucky enough to be among the first to finally get to see Venom Let There Be Carnage. I adored it. The first Venom is my favorite of the modern MCU films. And Venom makes all the smart steps, telling a very human and very beautiful story for Eddie Brock. Now, following that up, and this is something that could be considered a spoiler.
Yeah.
So I'm just giving you the ability to look away.
Spoiler alert. Flash the screen, leave now if you don't want to see even a
yeah.
or something.
So hold on. We'll just kind of, okay, that's the spoiler thing. We'll come back when it flashes again, so mute it. This is what was asked from him. Venom 8, an MCU movie. He says, stay till the mid-credit scene and you'll see. Now
this guy put out a tweet saying, I got a DM from someone I never expected would contact me on Twitter saying, please take this tweet down.
And I have a feeling I know who that was. So here
Andy Serkis.
Was it Andy Serkis?
I think it's Andy Serkis.
Well, that or Tom Hardy. If it was Tom Hardy, the guy would have probably been like, would have been like punched in the dick or something. But anyway, this is what Sony Pictures UK responded back with here. Hi, a reminder that the Venom Let There Be Carnage review embargo lifts on September 30th. No review should be shared before then, so please remove this. Well, he's not reviewing it. He's not reviewing it.
It's basically them trying to say, hey, don't drop something like that.
Like, hey, loose lips sink ships sort of thing, all right? Don't be a Mace Randolph.
And oh boy, am I pissed off at her.
So what Grace did is I don't have the tweets saved.
She basically spoiled what the end credit scene is without actually directly saying it. She's like, I didn't actually say anything, guys. I just copied some dialogue from Reddit and posted it on Twitter.
Yeah. So
but she basically spoiled what the end credit scene is.
So that's kind of what people in the chat are saying different things here. I don't quite know. I again, like, I don't know what it's going to be. It could be a bunch of it. The Watcher here says Venom is part of the MCU via the multiverse. They can call it an MCU film. Yeah, but it's also a different studio. So that again is 2 years ago, we had the whole element, right? We had that whole thing with Spider-Man. And I think this is when also they started working on this deal.
Listen, Matt, I think I'm about to win that bet with William. I think I'm about to win
I also made that. No, wait. No. Your bet with William was over this. My bet with William was over the Snyderverse. So William's going to have 2 for 2 in the L category. So it's
I'm just saying, I don't know what this post-credit scene is. I don't want to be spoiled on it. I mean, I kind of already have an idea of what it is, but listen, dude. If this is what I think it is, then Feige's a fucking madman. That's all I got to say.
It's Feige playing the long game and realizing where the assets are and what they're building to.
And realizing you got to play ball.
Well, absolutely have to play ball. Yeah. Sony,
if you want Spider-Man, you got to play ball at Sony.
Sony is realizing finally that they would be stupid to sell the rights to Spider-Man back to Marvel. Like
just
they
keep
could
working with them.
Just keep working with them as like infinite cash. It's infinite fucking cash essentially. It's like, wait, we got to be tied to you guys, and then from there we can make money and you can make money and we all make money together. It's like it's just like it's perfect. But you know, there are people out there like sorry, Campia. Sony doesn't need Marvel. Okay, and Marvel doesn't need Sony. Yeah, all right. Fucking Campia, you ready to eat crow on that when you watch whatever this movie has in it?
Yeah. Well, apparently there's now a rumor that there's 2 big end credit scenes. Like the first one everyone's talking about, it's the biggest one, but there's another one that's pretty big too. So I'm like, what the hell? The second one hasn't leaked at all. Apparently, the second post-credits hasn't leaked.
I would wonder if they were going to sit there and if they were going to do something with that in regards to like how they did it with the shawarma scene for Avengers, where they didn't release it to the UK press or to the press. It wasn't until the movie came out where they dropped that end credit scene. And honest to God, they should just fucking do that. Honest to God, they should not include the end credit scenes on anything, because the end credit scenes for Shang-Chi were out like 2 weeks early. You know,
yeah,
and
like I already knew what they were.
They knew what they were, and like there's already all the YouTube videos. Like Josh from Den of Nerds is like, well, I mean, it's already out. I'm just gonna talk about it.
Yeah,
It's
they do the spoiler breakdown of what it all means.
Come on, I mean, at what point are you a fucking fan? That's my question.
Yeah, it's not fair to the fans.
Yeah, I won't ever do that. Like, I mean, well, you could argue tonight maybe we kind of did, but I gave a warning and it was, you know, nothing concrete.
And again, these rumors and these things going on with this movie and No Way Home, stuff is starting to make so much more sense when you look at movies like Morbius and like Michael Keaton showing up in that.
Yeah, and we talked about that
starting to become more into focus. I think.
Yeah, a lot of stuff there. Yeah, very much worked out pretty well. And then I do see there's a few $10 super chats here, but I want to keep on point, and then we'll get to the other ones here. Thank you guys. Simon here with $10 says, why do I get the feeling that the one thing that would vent hatred between Venom and Spidey if they do a crossover is that Michelle Williams may play the Gwen Stacy fate?
I don't know if I see it that way.
Yeah, I think they're going to give us a Gwen Stacy like in like in college.
The college trilogy, yeah.
Yeah, I think MJ is going to come at the end or whatever, or reconnect with Zendaya down the road.
Yeah, I don't see this Michelle Williams character being something.
What if they fucking kill Michelle Williams in this movie? What if they kill off Zendaya and then they open the door for like, you know, actual like Mary Jane Watson? Because it's Michelle. It's Michelle
Jones.
Yeah, so she's not like the MJ. She is just
MJ's a nickname.
Yeah, it's just a nickname. And I like the character, by the way. I actually grew to like the character quite a bit in Far From Home. And I really want to see what happens here. They have great chemistry together, but it's like fans want fucking MJ. And I remember going to see Homecoming when that dropped 4 years ago. And at the end, when she's like, oh, my friends call me MJ, my audience audibly groaned.
Yeah, most people in my audience were groaning. She's like, like it's one like a Chuck. Like I didn't mind it, but it's like I understand why some people were like, this kind of sucks. Yeah, but she made up for it in the sequel though, because she got more fleshed out. She was the main female love interest. She got the full center female lead, role. I think she's going to be even better in this third film. So.
Oh no, I absolutely agree. So, all right, guys, here's the thing. I know RJ, you got to bounce in a few, right?
Yeah, I got to leave.
You're going to go over to Nicotina and watch the What If. What I want to do here, guys, is I'm going to be on for maybe another 15, 20 minutes to kind of round it out to an hour and a half. That's all the stories I had for today. I'll answer super chats. You guys can call in and do voicemail. We'll do that real quick. And then I want to go watch it. I got to catch up. I haven't seen the last 3 episodes. So I got to.
Thank you, Matt, for having me on. It's a great conversation. Rapid fire discussion, which I like,
Yeah, we're an hour and 10 minutes in. We covered 4 stories and a bunch of other stuff, which is like unheard of. Last night was almost 3 hours. So
yeah, I know.
We're going to round it down on that one.
Thank you so much for having me on, man. Much love to you in the chat. I'll catch you guys later.
See you later, buddy. Thank you very much. Have a good one. All right, guys, let me just quickly get to the other super chats before I forget here. Okay, so so Andrew here says the Dutch rudder. Thank you very much for that, Andrew. I appreciate that, man. H-Bart's here with $10, buddy. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it. It says Dr. Jarbo from Russia with Jarbo, Gold Jarbo, Thunder Jarbo. You only live Jarbo, and diamonds are for Jarbo. Well, I like that diamonds are for Jarbo. Never mind the fact that they are insanely common, and the value is artificially inflated due to the conflict for blood diamonds in Africa. So, sure, tie me in with a massive human rights conflict in the Congo, you dick. No, I appreciate it. Thank you, man. And then Andrew here says, again, I thought Dunkirk was amazing. I'm glad you liked it. I am glad that you liked it. So that's going to be, I need to go back and rewatch it. Okay. And then what do we got here? All right. Andrew here with $10 more. Thank you, buddy. Fun fact, Mark Rylance' character in Dunkirk is based on a man named Charles Lightroller, who saved 127 men in the evacuation. He was also the second officer of the effing Titanic. Why did they omit that? I don't know. Maybe because people maybe they thought that it was too much. I don't quite know. Could be whatever. Let's see here. Okay. Drake here asking, Jesus Christ, how did you get that far back for what if? Dude, it's hard for me. I stream every night, mostly, right? And then when I'm not streaming, I want to I play video games or something, or I work on other things. Like I've been working on doing the whole fucking Stranger Days stuff. I'm trying to get this back off the ground and stuff because I want to do more. I want to I want to talk about movies and talk about other things, but I can't just do movies all the time because it just kind of starts to burn me out. So I have to kind of vary it up a little bit. That's why it got like that. Let's see. Command Unit here says Tom Holland is sent to a furry controlled world. I think that sounds like a 40K reference there, buddy. No, I don't know. But I really want to know what's going to happen with this thing. Because obviously, if Venom 2 ends with what I think it ends with, obviously this is meant to come out last year, which was already going to kind of spoil No Way Home. So makes sense to an extent of how they plan on doing it there. But I'm really curious to see where things are going to go with this. All right. Some 8 here says the only Nolan films I like are Interstellar and the Dark Knight trilogy. A great filmmaker, but just a bit overrated in my opinion. I mean, look, he's got more great films than he does bad films. Have you seen The Prestige? The Prestige was pretty great. And he's got a lot of good movies. However, I think you kind of get to a point in some instances where that just ends up happening. So maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that one here. H Barts here says, Tom Holland filmed a cameo for Venom 1. I've heard that rumor, but I don't quite know. I have no idea. Tony here asking, is Boulder Talk Radio coming back anytime soon? Man, here's the thing. I would love for Boulder Talk Radio to come back, but that is something that is not really in the cards for right now, to be honest with you. It's just there's other things I want to work on. I do streaming here. I like streaming here. You guys are very supportive and allowing me to make this really kind of become the main focus of my income right now is doing these nightly streams. I would do the streams on Boulder Talk Radio, but it would be mostly about drama. And there was very little support on that front. So it just ended up kind of burning me out and being the negative. So I don't think so. I enjoy it. I enjoy the concept of it. I kind of want to transition it to maybe Hollywood After Dark off topic or something, and kind of move it towards that direction, but do that. I don't know when yet. It's just timing. It's all timing. Let's see here. Hold the Unabomber. No. It's the Uniboulder, buddy. It's the Uniboulder. Geekicidal here says Feige is all business and a super fan. He is not an artist in any sense of the word. He sees patterns in business to formulate systems that grow revenue with every film. Well, I agree with you, but I also feel that Feige is really, really, really gifted at being able to go in and identify essentially what needs to be done. Identify what stories are going to work well with and resonate with the audiences on that front in that moment. Now, which I know is kind of what you're saying, but isn't that it is kind of art. I think we kind of if you can create the biggest franchise in the world in 13 years, that is a level of artistry that not really many mortal people have. You know what I'm saying? That level of that is kind of an artist just in his own way. And I feel I feel like it's kind of, I don't want to say detrimental or doing a disservice to him, but it kind of comes across that way just a little bit. And that is just kind of like my take on it, at least. I don't know if you guys are going to like, think any differently or whatever, but that's kind of how I take it, is just that. But I'm hoping like, we get really good, really in-depth stories. I really do. I'm really thinking that's going to happen, but I don't quite know yet. Let's see here. Okay. Andrew Dunbar here. Thank you, buddy. He said Octo Jarbo, live and let Jarbo, license to Jarbo. I do like Octo Jarbo, by the way. That sounds pretty cool. I like that quite a bit. Hey, what's going on, Mikey? You just got the PM. I'm literally going to wrap up the show in like 10 minutes, man. We'll need to get you on to talk about Spider-Man and stuff, but you can always catch the replay. H Bart's here. Says, in all seriousness, why do people, relate the boulder to you? Okay. So when everything went down 3 years ago with the whole flagging stuff, I was accused of flagging down a live stream that I didn't flag down actually. And that's been proven. But they were like, what were you doing today? Like there was a lot of like, third degree grilling. And that afternoon I had gone out to this dairy farm that was about 20 miles south. And they had all these river rocks, right? They had all these big river rocks. And I jokingly referred to them as boulders. And I said, oh, I was out boulder picking, right? And it's true. These things were like really heavy. We loaded up about 600, 700 pounds worth of these rocks. And my dad and my sister's boyfriend helped, and we drove them back to my place. And then we got dinner, and then I hung out with my kid. We watched Rachel Maddow, and then, whatever. It all kind of went to hell after like 9 p.m. that night. But the thing is the boulders thing was such an anomaly to these people who don't have a home, who don't actually own any property. So to them, doing any kind of home improvement project was kind of a foreign concept. It was very alien. And so they latched onto the boulder thing as a meme. And I've since owned the meme 100%. I think the boulder thing is hysterical, because I think it's hysterical because out of everything that transpired that evening, it was probably like the stupidest thing for people to hold on to. But they did, and they still do to an extent, even though it's been 3 years. Like if I ever get into controversy like yesterday, calling out the quartering, it's a bunch of people like, oh, Boulder Boy and shit like that. I don't care. I literally like have it on a t-shirt and I'll wear it around. Like, I don't give a shit. None of it matters. At the end of the day, none of it fucking matters. Those are all objectively terrible people, and they're not who I'm trying to cultivate as an audience. So at this point, that's one of the reasons why this has happened, but it doesn't really matter as much, to be honest with you. So I appreciate you asking. There's that. Hold on. Copyright strikes. Oh yeah, it's a huge marketing ploy. Yeah, I agree. We were just talking about that too. We were bringing up the marketing ploy. HBart's here with $10, man. Thank you. On Jarbo Secret Service, live and let Jarbo, the Jarbo with the golden gun, the Jarbo who loved me, Jarbo Raker. For your Jarbo only, Jarbo Pussy, a view to a Jarbo. I think Jarbo Pussy is great. Octo Jarbo and Jarbo Pussy kind of work together. So, anyway, that's all really what happened with that shit. Yeah, it's a woke meme. It's not really a woke meme. I don't think. It's pretty stupid in some cases. So there's that. But all right, guys, let's see here. Let me just kind of, all right. Cool. I'm just, hold on here. I'm trying to figure out something. Oh, okay. Well, I can't, there we go. Okay. I think it is almost midnight. We can talk for a few more minutes. And then here, if you guys, I'm going to do an instant premiere of the story about the girl who killed all the Nazis. The link is in the chat right there. As soon as I go to end it out, I'll do an instant premiere. So there's that. Rational, I saw that you put the Venom 2 leaks in the comments. I don't really know why. I don't want to necessarily spoil them, to be honest with you. Like, people out there who may not want them, I don't want them to read them accidentally, because it's not a standalone video. So I'll probably end up going and removing those comments. It's nothing against you personally. It's just I don't want people who don't want to be spoiled to get accidentally spoiled. So there's that. But I appreciate me. Tony here says the Jarbo who loves me works. That kind of works, yeah. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Who Framed Jarbo Rabbit? Is that a new Taika Waititi movie? The name's Jarbo, Matt Jarbo. Hold on, let me get a drink of water and I can do that a little bit better. All right. Let's see. The name's Jarbo. Matt Jarbo. It's more of my Connery, but it's not a good Connery at all. Oi, the name's Jarbo. Matt Jarbo. That's more Irish, like a Scottish fat bastard, right? Hope my wire fighting team is ready. Pretty good. Anthony here asking, can I do an introduction to your book? No, sorry, buddy. I'm just not going to do that. It's your book. It's your life. I can't write an introduction to your life. I don't really know you, Anthony. I haven't read your book. I haven't read it, so I don't know yet. And Andrew here says, Earth Jarbos are easy. Yes, they are. We are very easy. Rational here says, never say Jarbo again. In many instances, I wouldn't mind that, to be fair. No, Drake here says, no time to Jarbo. That's pretty funny. Simon here says, Jarbo's junk only lives twice. Well, I do have 2 kids, so maybe that's actually true. Maybe it has died. I don't know. Sky Jarbo from Drake. Tony here says, Super Jarbo Brothers. There's that. Casino Jarbo. I like that one. Geek Asado here says, spoilers are spoilers. Never have they wrecked the movie for me. It's not that, it's really, people like to be spoiled, Geek Asado. That is very true. However, but it's like, I don't think it's right to do. I think that's like, that is taking it away from somebody, to be honest with you. So there's that. But, all right, guys, it is midnight. It is midnight here. I am going to call it for, oh my God, 2 Jarbos, 1 cup. Jesus, Shiny, you son of a bitch. All right. H-Parts here says, gonna buy Never Say Never Again. I hope it's good. It is good. It's not official, but it's good. Batman versus Jarbo, Dawn of the Grift. Oh my God. All right. I want you guys to all, here we go. I'm just going to post it one more time, and I'm going to start the instant premiere. Be sure to go and sub to the channel. I think it's a fun podcast. It's just a podcast. So you guys get a kick out of that one. And I'll be back tomorrow night. We'll be talking probably more What If with RJ tomorrow. It will be a lot of fun. Have yourself a great night, everybody. Thank you again for watching, and definitely peace the hell out.